Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Reviewing the Viewers Mon series. In this episode, I've got a submission by TheRickinger's. Now, I'm pretty interested in this one because it's that whole concept of speed versus ingredient finding on an ingredient specialist. Obviously, ingredient finding is going to have different modifiers, better modifiers than what helping speed is going to boost, but helping speed is a very potent thing and does increase their ingredient output anyway. So I really wanted to talk about this Floragato because I find it very interesting. Um, Now, the Rickinger did give me a little extra context, which I've accounted for in the calculator when I'm doing these things. And just all you commented for me was that it's mono potato with no ingredient finding boost, but insane speed. We'll probably invest, but unsure. Now, I wanted to make a quick comparison. So, when it comes to potatoes in this game, the most relevant potato meal is the Defiant Coffee Dress Salad, and that is the meal with the single highest potato count across the game. So realistically, unless you plan to swap Pokemon around on the team, which it sounds like they're kind of looking for the mono potato build based off the description it sounds like the Rickinger is looking for the mono potato build. So they might be looking to swap Pokemon around as they need more or less ingredients. Given that they might want beyond the 66 potatoes a day this would require. But realistically, 66 potatoes a day is going to be the number that you necessarily like. That's the minimum threshold to make this meal consistently if that's the meal you're targeting. So 18 is also a decent number for Dream Eater Butter Curry. But yeah, so this is the Floragato they submitted. It's got helping bonus, help speed M, help speed S, inventory eventually, and skill trigger. I like the skill trigger at 100. That's a nice little boost for Floragato. Their skill is a really nice skill for an ingredient specialist, but it's so late that it's not really going to matter all that much. And inventory at 75 is a really nice sub skill that can actually pair really nicely with a helping speed version of an ingredient finder, because the biggest thing that counts against helping speed methods of finding ingredients versus ingredient finding methods is that ingredient finding won't count against your inventory. So like having extra help speed will make it that they fill their inventory faster because they're finding things faster, finding more berries that clog the inventory instead of the ingredients that you want. So it does count against them if you aren't checking enough or you're running it overnight. Now, for actually making the comparison, I made two little comparisons here. One is just at level 60, the comparison, and then at level 60 with a ribbon. I did that because inventory is a bit of a problem for this Pokemon. So, I forgot to actually give this one the ribbon. So I gave it a 500-hour ribbon because I find that to be a bit more reasonable for an ingredient specialist. It's pretty rare that you're sleeping with them. So it's going to be a while before you see the higher tier ribbons. But if you get them to level 60, as you can see, the comparison that I made... Oh, that's why I didn't give this one a ribbon, because it's not the right Pokemon. It's supposed to be this one's with the ribbon. Okay, there we go. As you can see here, without the ribbon, it's performing basically the same as one with just the mono potato list and ingredient finding M. And with the ribbon, it's performing just about the same as with just ingredient finding M. Now, this looks like a very meh Meowscarada if you look at it, but if you really want the mono potato list, remember that's a 1 in 9 odds. That's going to be very difficult to catch, and it's going to be, or encounter. Only 1 in 9 is going to even have that. So, from levels 1 to 10, your odds of getting that pretty low. Like, you're probably going to get just one from French from level 1 to 10. You'll probably get, like, 3 that have it in the second slot from levels 10 to 40. And then after that, you're locked to level 50. What are your odds of encountering that? And then also, you also have to deal with the fact that there could be a bad nature here. Something like, ingredient finding down or speed of help down, that just decreases your odds further of catching one that's going to perform better than this, which means it would need more than this on the mono list, which is a 1 in 9. Now, this is what it looks like. However, I want to call to attention helping bonus. Helping bonus is a tremendously powerful skill, can help the team actually do better in greater context of like sharing with each other. The boosts on other Pokemon on the team does stack and add up, and can actually contribute to these Pokemon doing better. Now, this one's not going to benefit as much from other Pokemon's helping bonus because it has the 21% from Help Speed S and Help Speed M combined, that means that it can only ever benefit from 2 other instances of helping bonus aside from itself. Because this guy's already got 26% bonus. 35% bonus is the cap that you can gain from sub skills. So, unfortunately, it'll be hurting in that regard because it can't benefit from that many instances of the skill, whereas this one could. But overall, I think it's a pretty good investment if you want a Mono Potato Pokemon, because this much speed is going to cause it to compete with even decent other Mono Potato options. Now, something that I did not do was compare it to a different species. Typically, when we're talking about potatoes, if we're talking, we compare it to Golem, because Golem is the best, like, non-Meowscarada potato option. So let's just see if we get a Golem in here with that skill. And this is going to be higher odds because the second skill, or the second ingredient, is more likely to proc as the one that you want, or the potatoes in this case. If it's got ingredient fighting M, as you can see, it's a little bit worse. So I guess the question is just how long would you be hunting for a Golem or a Meowscarada that can outproduce what you're looking at? And realistically, I think it's not worth it for a potato farmer unless you really, really need insane amounts of potatoes. But as of right now, nobody needs that many potatoes. And as long as you're collecting as much as what you say, then you're not going to run into those inventory issues, because it takes about 4 hours for your Meowscarada to full pack anyway. Sure, it could be 5 if it had the ingredient finding, but... And eventually, consider this, you have inventory up coming along the way. That'll help to negate that problem a bit further. And it'll take more than 4 hours. As long as you're checking, like, every 6 hours or so. Let's see, if I put it at level 75, what's the... Time to full pack comes to 5 hours then. If you really were worried about it, you could even give it sub-skill seeds. Because I do see that you are a... you just recently picked up the premium pass. So, overall, I'd say that's my assessment of this situation. I think it's not worth hunting a better potato farmer, because this one's going to do you well enough. Despite not having any ingredient finding. It's got the mono list, which is always a very powerful option. As much as I dislike the ideas of the mono ingredient meta, I do recognize its strength, and here is a good application of it. So, if you have enjoyed the video, maybe learned a little something, be sure to leave a like, subscribe. As always, I thank you guys for watching, and hope that you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye now.